Today I'm going to show you how to put some brake pads on a Scion Frs or BRZ or 86, but we got some squeaky brakes. These rotors are fairly new, so I'm not going to be doing rotors right now. We'll check them, but they seem just fine to me. Normally I wouldn't do it if it was this first round of brakes. I would definitely put rotors on it, but today we're just gonna do some pads, but I can show you guys how to take off the rotors as well. I'm gonna start by lifting up the car. Grab a 19. I'm going to take this wheel off. As you can see, the rotor's not gouged or anything. These are fairly new, so they're not the problem. I think the pads are just cheap and they're glazed over, so I got the wheel turned all the way out so you guys can see it, but we're gonna take this top bolt and loosen this bolt, and then the whole caliper should just pivot out and leave the bracket on there since we're not doing rotors today. But if you wanted to do rotors, you would just take this bolt off and this one right here, and then your bracket would come off, then you'd be able to get your rotor off. Super simple. So the bolts are a 14. Get that loose. So it seems like this brake line's pretty tight, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off too. Might be the same. No, that's probably a 12. It's a 12. Okay, now we got all this slack in the brake hose, we can pull this guy all the way out. Pads out are as simple as pretty they just feel cheap. It's only when they get hot. Ooh, that one looks pretty gnarly. I ended up just pulling the whole caliper off, just slick the slide pin out. Gonna be re-greasing these anyway, so. But there's a perfect spot on the control arm right there for her to sit on, so. Just got both the pads out. I just use a little pry bar, pop the hardware out, and the pad on the back side is a little stuck. But now I'm gonna take a rag and some cleaner, and I'm gonna clean up the surfaces where the hardware sits, and then we're gonna get to reinstalling and compressing the pistons on that. Alright, got everything wiped down, so we're going to snap our new hardware in here. Simple as that. Okay, you got our hardware in. You're going to make sure that you get these tabs right there pushed down, otherwise the edge of the rotor is going to rub on it. I don't really know how I clicked in though, but like after some vibration over time, that's gonna pop back out. So I got the tabs in, everything's clicked in. Make sure you get these clicked in. So if you don't, your rotor's gonna rub on it. You got a pad in here. Your little tab here is gonna go into that dimple right there. And then we'll throw the other pad on, and then I'll show you how to compress the caliper. Brake pads I bought, just realized, are left hand or right hand side. So on the left, you want the tab at the top, not the bottom. But I've got this caliper compressor. Put an old brake pad in there, just like that. Then I'm going to take this compressor, slide it in here, and we're just going to screw it. Simply press the piston. So you press the piston, it's as easy as that to put it back on. So now we grab bolt for our brake line tightened up. Got these two bolts tightened up, so the tire's ready to go back on. Okay, got the tire back on. The torque for the wheel lugs are, according to pro demand, are 97 foot-pounds, so definitely don't crank them on when you put the impact on it. Like, want it like a Dugga. Yeah, we'll lower it and torque the wheels. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other front side, and then I'll show you how to do the back. Got the fronts done. Going to the back. The bolts are in the same spots, and if you wanted to take them off the brackets to the rotors, it's that bolt, and then there's one on the bottom. But these are also a 14. So you'll need a wrench for this one because of the brake line. The bottom will still use a socket. Also taking off this brake line bracket because you can't swivel the caliper without the screw. So on the rear I ended up having to take both the slide pin bolts out just because you can't pivot the caliper down off without the brake line running out of room to stretch. But it's nice because the rear ones are single piston, so our compressor is a lot easier to use. You don't have to kind of do both at the same time. That sits right there perfectly. See, plenty of life left on the pads, but they are just very squeaky. Come in here and clean them and make sure they don't squeak. I might as well just replace them. So, all right, we got the new hardware on and pads. And I'm gonna slap the caliper back on, and I'll do the other side. Okay, before you go drive, you gotta pump the brakes so that they get firm. And whenever you turn the car on, I like to pump them again and just make sure they're firm. Solid. So go ahead and lower the car down. We're going to torque all the wheels to 97 foot-pounds, and then we're going to take for a drive and make sure everything's good. I just went out and drove it. All is good. Super easy job to do. You guys can do it with common hand tools and that compressor tool, but That's pretty cheap to buy. And I'd probably recommend a torque wrench as well, just to make sure your wheels and everything's to spec. But let me know if you guys have anything else. I do have some body work that I would like to do to this thing. The guy that did it last is very lumpy and stuff. I'm gonna have my friend that went to bodywork school come out and help me get this looking right so I can wrap it, because there's a lot of paint imperfections, so I figured I probably should just wrap it and just not have to deal with it. But I also have a front timing cover minor leak. It's not very bad, but if you guys would like to see me try and tackle that, leave a comment. I definitely can probably do that. So show you guys a video how to do that as well. But anyways, thanks for watching and have a good day.